Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over Shadow Walrein in Open Ultra League. So I know everyone was so down that, well, you were down or up, if that Walrein got nerfed and everyone was saying it's going to be pretty bad in Great League. It was actually ended up being okay, but I think it's actually just exactly the same as where it was pre-nerf in Ultra League. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. But first, if you haven't, I know that 50% of y'all are not subscribed to the channel, so hit that subscribe button and let's go ahead and get into the games. All right. Oh, another missing camera. There we go. All right. So yeah, the team's gonna be Walrein, Trevenant, Nidoqueen. Very basic team from the last season, just to see if it still works. We got a Trev lead, so this is actually one of the matchups that's really changed and not in favor of Walrein because Trevenant actually wins CMP, and so if we're going to be getting to the Seed Bomb and the Icicle Spears at the same time, they're going to be able to get their moves off if they want to. Now, they do end up swapping in on Politoed. That's really bad for me, except that, well, it's really bad that I lost that energy, but we have a really dominant matchup here in the back. One thing we really have to really think about is, would they run a double water backline with Swampert? Because if Swampert's back there, Nidoqueen's not going to have very much play. We go ahead and shield the first one because they went all the way up to the Blizzard. This is just going to be a Weather Ball, though. We'll take this one. Decided to shield once, and if it was good, then we'd be able to get a huge farm. I'm just going to throw these Seed Bombs out because we have so much energy, and they're actually kind of low on the Trevenant. We really want to see if they want to keep this Trevenant or not. We also have to make sure to think about how much energy we have on the Walrein right now. We could swap and throw. We definitely lost track of what we were trying to do there, but ends up being able to catch that and probably just going to come in with the Nidoqueen farm down. Let's make sure the clock gets pretty low just in case it is that Swampert in the back. Ends up being Sylveon in the back. This is just over and done with. Obviously, Nidoqueen's insane against the Charmers. Yeah, that's going to be GG. I did speed this video up, but I did not skip anything. So definitely just going to go for the farm down here. Don't need to pressure any shields or anything like that. So I'm going to be showing two sets here. So this is another Trevenant lead. A lot of actually, there was a lot of Ghost leads today, if I'm being honest. There was a lot of Giratina, Giratina altered, and a lot of Trevenant. So right there, an example of us losing CMP. Good to note. Just something to keep in mind for the future. They actually bring in Skuntank here. I thought it was going to be Drapion, but we'll take Skuntank as well. Let the first one go. It's going to be Crunch, and we don't want to be debuffed. We don't want to shield the first one if it's not going to debuff us, and there's a chance that it debuffs us, so we want to make sure we shield the second one because it's going to hit harder if we do get debuffed. Now, no debuff happens, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and shield again and try to just, or we're going to shield for the first time. Go for the Earth Power. We had a little bit of an energy advantage, so we're definitely going to beat them to it. If they let it go, they let it go. I'm guessing this is going to be the Trev Drapion Skuntank line that King created in Great League, but I have seen it be pretty successful in Ultra League as well. So I think I actually ended up going for the shield here, which is an interesting play to say the least. I wanted to go Walrein into their Drapion, but they switched anyways, so we got some farm there as well. We know we can go up to the Earthquake because they just threw onto the Trevenant or onto the Nidoqueen, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to get that. And then I think I'll probably end up coming Trevenant here, see if we can get rid of some of that energy. I know Nidoqueen's not quite at that Earth Power, so I just want to see where we're at. They end up throwing right away, and it is an Aqua Tail. That's really unfortunate for our opponent, but I don't think this even KOs. So I think we can go Shadow Ball into Poison Fang, and it would be good enough here. Yeah, that's gonna. I think this does KO Drapion. That's GG. All right, so yeah, if there's going to be a lot of Giratina, oh, this is a horrific matchup. I decided to go into Nidoqueen. Both our matchups in the back are pretty good. Nidoqueen is better against Galvantula overall, but Nidoqueen also has the better potential of flipping a matchup because of Poison Fang, lowering their defense and then just powering through. So this is one of them. Oh my gosh, if this is the game I remember, they get like 3 Incinerates in a row. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't understand this game, but did you see how fast those Incinerates were just going? Whew, I know we're lagging, but that's absurd. Anyways, I decided I'm going to still try to win this back matchup. I know I can throw 2 between each one. This should KO it. They're out of shields. And yeah, like I said, I just want to flip the matchups, make sure that I can get in that Trev matchup. They actually end up coming in with Obstagoon, which is a little tough because Nidoqueen is my only real answer to Obstagoon here. We are weak to Obstagoon in the front and back, but I decide I need this Nidoqueen for later. Possibly, if I bait the Galvantula back out, I can farm down with the Nidoqueen and then throw another Poison Fang at the Obstagoon. That's the whole game plan here, and I'm just going to go for that. I think it's actually a really good plan. I almost go for the Earthquake, but then I decide, you know what, I can maybe get 2 Icicle Spears off, and that might be enough. Although I don't know if I want to KO it or not. So now we're going to come in the Nidoqueen, we're going to get that farm down. Lunge doesn't KO, and Lunge is single resisted, and then Discharge is actually double resisted, so if Lunge doesn't KO, then nothing will KO. And then we just want to get the Poison Fang onto the Obstagoon, and then we can Seed Bomb, and that should be enough with the lower defense. That's my game. That was my game plan from the moment we switched out of Nidoqueen. That's kind of the whole thing in GBL is try to guess, I guess, what the backline is based on the information, or if you know the whole thing, try to plan out as far ahead as you can with a game plan. And my whole game plan here was nothing can take on this Obstagoon. I need Nidoqueen to just get a ton of damage on it. We need to get those 2 poison jabs, and if I had stayed in that matchup the whole time, that wouldn't have happened. Obstagoon in the front, this is obviously very difficult. I decided to stay in here. It's really a decision on whether or not you want to stay in or just go straight to that Nidoqueen. The problem with going straight to that Nidoqueen is that's your only real counter, and I'm just going to let this go down. We want to maybe save our shields for Trevenant. They actually end up going for an Obstruct, and so I'm going to throw this and then switch to Nidoqueen because now we've done a decent amount of damage to this. Maybe it'll be in Seed Bomb range, maybe it'll be in an Icicle Spear range, and we can deal with that later. Just so throw that to the side, come back into this game. I'm going Earth Power here. We both have 2 shields. It's probably worth it to go for that here. I think they actually, if I remember, they go for the Poison Fang, but we already got kind of a lot of this down, so... Oh, no, they did go for the Earth Power. So I'm going to charge up a little bit, and then I'm going to throw the Poison Fang. They're pretty low here. I think maybe one more Poison Jab after the Poison Fang will take this out. Yeah, and now we can... Hopefully they come in. They're never coming in, but we were hoping they would come in with... we lose CMP here, and then I have to just hope that I survive this, I think. And I think I don't. Oh, I did survive. Okay, that's really good. But now they have 2 kind of things that are really strong against Walrein. And then I try to swap, but we lag out, so that's GG. Actually, I can't remember if I won this game. Actually, I think I might have won this game. I'm letting Walrein go completely. Gonna come in with Trevenant. Did I win this game? I have no idea. I have no way to win this game. There's no way. So I decide I'm not going to shield the Sludge Wave. It is neutral, or Sludge Bomb, whatever it is. It's neutral. So I want to save my shield for the Obstagoon. Now, they do come in here. They don't throw a move yet, so I'm thinking maybe they want to throw a move, so they might shield this. If they do shield, I really need to get as close as I can to the double Seed Bomb to throw a move at... Oh, no, they just had a ton of energy. But my game plan there was to go for double Seed Bomb and then throw a move at the... what is its name? Oh, my gosh. Oh no, Kachina Mom's gonna be so sad. Toxicroak. Oh my gosh. But I knew that a Seed Bomb wasn't gonna be good enough. Otherwise, I could have just thrown the Seed Bomb right at the. No, we didn't make it to the move anyways. Yeah, Obstagoon lead obviously really tough. Although we made all the right plays, it just didn't matter. Articuno lead is interesting. One thing you got to think about is Ancient Power was buffed, so they're probably running Ancient Power. So what they're trying to do now is ABA. They're probably ABB. And they're trying to like lose this matchup, get a ton of farm on Articuno, throw the big move at Walrein, switch out again into something that's good against Walrein, and then farm my back matchup to throw another one, and hopefully at some point take a shield in between, because then they can really pressure Walrein in the very late game after the second swap. But we do also have a ton of energy here, and we just had to go straight for the Shadow Ball. No reason to really bait because we're winning that front matchup anyways. So I just want to do kind of as much damage as I can. I do remember this that they're gonna have an Ancient Power, so I do decide to shield. Or I remember they have the possibility of having the Ancient Power. They end up coming in Reggie. This is obviously a fantastic matchup for us. I'm just going to go straight Earth Power. No real reason to bait. Unless they take one of them, then maybe I can play around with Poison Fang. It really depends how low it gets it here. They're going straight for the Focus Blast, and we know that because of the counts. Otherwise, we'd be making it to our move at the exact same time, but they keep beating us to our move, meaning that they're throwing the less energy move, the less energy. Yeah, I think the less. What am I trying to say? The time would take half a second, 1 second less. Whew. All right, we thought they were going to try to catch at some point, so we lag again here. But I think it ends up taking our move after you saw a few moves went through on both sides. I guess it was mutual lag. That's kind of rare for us, to be honest. And at this point, I think I'm going to shield. This is almost in Icicle Spear range. Crazy enough, I don't think this is in Icicle Spear range, even though we're Shadow, because Reggie is just such a bulky monster. But at this point, I know I can throw infinite Icicle Spears, and I have that Poison Fang. Like, I can do all the chip damage because it's so low. I can do the resisted damage and get through this. And that's GG. I haven't seen it. That was literally the first Articuno I've seen this season, and Ancient Power probably does help it out a lot. I think before you had Ancient Power as well, but it was pretty weak. Some people had Hurricane, but I believe that's a legacy move, but you'll have to let me know on that one. All right, so we went 4-1 that set. I'm going to show you one more set of this team. I did use it for 4 sets. I went 4-1, 4-1, 3-2... 2-3, I think. So we did have one negative set with this team. It was the first set we played with it, and yeah, it was kind of just getting familiar again with the team, which you're gonna have to do for any team that you make. We end up calling the Earthquake call there, and then they throw right at 4, which means or 5. I wasn't paying attention real quick here, but yeah. So then once they throw there, I know that it's just a Hydro Cannon. I'm just going to take it, and I'm going to farm a little bit more. I farmed up to 100. Technically, I could have gone like 1 or 2 more. And then I think they caught here. No. Okay, they take the Earthquake here on Cobalion. And then I'm going to switch to Nidoqueen because we resist everything, and it's going to be maybe free in the back. And it's actually a Mandibuzz. So I think someone in my last video commented about Stunfisk and Mandibuzz. I really haven't seen a lot of either of them, even though last season they were really big. Mandibuzz really hard counters Trevenant, obviously, and Stunfisk is a really bulky monster in this cup. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen a lot of them, but you know, new season, everyone's still trying out stuff. Maybe I'll try out some Mandibuzz and Galarian Stunfisk. I do have both built. They don't go much higher than 2400, but they're level 50, so even at a 15 the hundo. So I probably need to save this Nidoqueen for later, and then I can come in Trevenant into this matchup, farm down. Don't really care too much about the moves. It has Sacred Sword and Stone Edge, both of which well, we don't resist Stone Edge, but it still doesn't do very much. So I'm going to go straight Shadow Ball on this. I still want to make sure my timing is right, just because we're trying to do any amount of damage we can to this. Our Nidoqueen's obviously very low. Our Walrein's very low. So we just want to do anything we can. If I can get off the Seed Bomb here, do that. It might KO from here. Like I said, Mandibuzz is a bit of a bulky monster, so let's go ahead and see. Yeah, and you can see the timed research, which means you just won the matchup. Again, Giratina leads everywhere today, which means tomorrow they'll probably be everywhere as well. Interesting to see Muck, Alolan Muck up here. We can take one for sure. This is Dark Pulse. You notice it did have Snarl, so I assume it's going to be Dark Pulse Sledge Wave. Obviously not going to be Sledge Waving Nidoqueen. Triple resisted. Dark Pulse just neutral. So we end up getting the Earth Power through, and we find out it's Dragon Breath Giratina. So I'm just going to try to do as much damage to this as I can. This is going to do almost half. It does probably like 45. Ooh, it does like 35 from the looks of that. So, yeah, just going to come in Walrein. I totally I remembered on Articuno, but I totally forgot about Ancient Power here on Giratina. Probably something we might have been using on the last team. So if you're using the team that I had last video, maybe you could think about using Ancient Power, because it did get buffed and it might be good enough. I didn't use it in my one. I just wanted to have Shadow Sneak for specifically those steel matchups, especially when I'm leading Alolan Ninetales, which is super bad against steel types. They end up coming in Sylveon here. I just want to get as many of these moves off as I can. But yeah, we have 2 shields, but we're definitely going to have to use one of them here. And I'm probably going to throw right away so that I still have a shield for Giratina. And then I have that time just purely against Giratina, not having to worry about a second move here from Sylveon. So just stick into that matchup with Giratina and Walrein. Keep your shield and make sure all you have to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that Icicle Spear through. So this in the front is okay. Sometimes they throw the Brave Bird, sometimes they don't. Moves coming in real fast here, so I didn't actually go up to the 7 that I needed to go up to. But it's really risky sometimes when you're lagging if you can really afford to go for that move. They do go Brave Bird. Sometimes they come in Swampert here. I do come in with the hard counter of Trevenant. The only thing you have to worry about is what do you think is going to be in the back. And sometimes it's like a fighting type. So you want to go like anti-steel kind of, or anti-ground, I guess. So Swampert makes sense. Maybe Galarian Stunfisk makes sense. I do go for the bait here because they do have 2 shields, and they're going to be very scared that we got that farm down. And then I'm actually going to go straight for the Shadow Ball on the second one, because now that we've baited them, they're going to want to go for that full farm down, get every like ounce of meat out of it. And they do end up going for that farm down. So then the question is, do I want to take the damage on Walrein or Nidoqueen? I think I end up coming in Walrein, going for like, oh no, I come in Nidoqueen to try to get that extra move, but we didn't even get a freaking fast attack through. So sad. They end up coming in with Cresselia. I decide to stay in this matchup. This is actually a pretty favored matchup, I think, for Nidoqueen, as long as the Cresselia doesn't have Future Sight, which is going to be super effective. Now you are taking super effective from the fast moves, and the Grass Knots are going to be neutral. But I go for that one Poison Fang. I'm going to go for the Earthquake here, and then I'm like, maybe I can move my damage around, the damage that I'm taking. So I'm going to switch into Walrein here, take the Grass Knot here, so that both my Mon have a little bit of HP. Talonflame takes a long time to get to those big moves, so if it's going to take out one of these Mon, it probably can't take out the other, because we split that damage across both of those Mon. Something to definitely think about. Nidoqueen. This is a good lead, but it could get bad. I really remember this game a lot, so I was thinking this is just an adaptation of the Great League team, and it's probably going to be Scrafty in the back. So if Scrafty's going to be in the back, I need that Nidoqueen for later. So what I'm going to do is actually chip this down and then come in Trev just to get that last Seed Bomb in and not really worry too much about it. I do have to shield here. We're getting kind of low. You'll see later on in the game, sometimes you make calls. It actually was a Tackle Gradient, which I respect greatly, especially since we made that video on the Talonflame with Tackle Gradient, which you should check out. Actually, I forgot if we posted it. If we did, check it out. If we didn't, maybe I can get that to you in the next video. But yeah, so we made a call. We made a big time call, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, it was the wrong call. Spoilers in the game here, but sometimes you have to make these type of calls. I think that it made a lot of sense. You have to have an anti-steal, and usually I feel like Nidoqueen and Scrafty are just a really well oiled like combination. So I decided I can just get a little bit of damage onto this Nidoqueen. Yeah, they do. We do, I think, still have a move on Walrein, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think we win CMP against Nidoqueen. I'm just thinking about that now. I think in the moment I forgot about that. I do decide to shield, and they do let this go through. Actually, I think I remember them shielding this, and then I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I get taken out here, but I'm like, hey, Nidoqueen can beat both of these Mon. Not too worried about it. I didn't want them to get to an Earth Power there, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered. You'll see what's in the back. Nothing mattered at all in this game. It ends up being a Swampert, and I'm just a sad a sad a sad panda at this point, I guess. Swampert does make sense still. It's not like it's a weird pick. Shadow Swampert is really good right now in Great League, Ultra League, probably not Master League, but it is anti-steal as well, which is something you want with the Nidoqueen up front. So this person actually ends up staying in here with the Nidoqueen, or with the Pidgeot. So then I'm like, that's kind of weird. They must be weak against Walrein in the back. I'm just gonna shield this. They end up feather dancing me, which means I definitely can't throw a move at whatever comes in. But actually, Scrafty comes in, which means I have to switch straight to a hard counter, because otherwise Scrafty's gonna stay in forever. They end up coming in with the Talonflame, Sneaks and Incinerate. That one probably was bad timing, but I was also lagging, so like whatever. Probably gonna end up shielding this to see if I can't take all the shields. And they actually end up going for the Brave Bird. Kind of strange there. I do think they end up shielding this. What I can do, hopefully, is if they don't get us down, but I think we actually end up farming down. But if they don't get us down, we get to farm down with Trevenant and really just start throwing those seed bombs out. So I actually came up with a really good game plan here. I don't know if it mattered at all, but I'm not going to come in Walrein into this, even if my Walrein has so much energy, because then I'm allowing them to pup up, and they can get the foul plays to do even more damage to the Trevenants, possibly knock it out, whereas one foul play doesn't knock it out. So I'm just going to come in with Trevenant. I'm going to stay in Nidoqueen, because I resist fighting, so they have to throw the foul play. Then I'm going to come in Trevenant, resist fighting, double resist actually, and they have to throw the foul play. So they keep having to use these big energy moves so that when it finally comes down to the Walrein matchup, if it were to come down to it, I mean, it didn't there, but this is my thought process, then they're gonna have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same as us. Oh my gosh. And yeah, they're gonna have to spin those big energy moves and then just have one power-up punch, not be powered up way late into the game, and get the snowball rolling. So again, thank you all so much for watching the video, and if you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, the like button. Let me know in the comments, actually, if I actually did put a video out there of the Tackle Greedent with the Talonflame. I played a few sets of it, but I don't remember if I actually posted it, so let me know, and I will see you in the next one.